Katie's Precious Angels Reborn Nursery.
What do you call a cow in an earthquake?
What?
Milkshake. No, what do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef, yeah. What do you call a cow with 2 legs? Lean beef. So I told that joke, I said, what do you call a cow with 2 legs? And before I could say anything, some kid yelled out, your mom! It's like, burn! Ouch! What?
Why couldn't Dracula's wife sleep?
Why couldn't Dracula's wife sleep?
Because of the coffin.
Because of the coffin. That's pretty funny, actually. Yes, one last one.
What do you call a deer with no eyes?
What do you call a deer with no eyes?
No idea.
No idea.
What do you call a deer with no
What do you call a deer with no eyes
legs?
and no legs?
Still no idea.
Still no idea. That's actually quite good.
Did you get that
All right, we're about ready. We're about ready. We're just trying to get people's attention at this point. So basically, I'm just going to light some things on fire and then crack a whip or two once or twice. Before I do any dangerous fire, what's your name, child that just told me the joke? I'm sorry? Lori?
Rory.
Rory. Rory? Rory. You look responsible. Do you know what this is? It's for putting out fires. It's called a fire extinguisher. It's very simple to use, Rory. If you see a fire in the distance, you pull the metal pin and throw. And nobody corrects me.
Like a grenade. Like a grenade.
Just throwing kids. Yeah. Wait, the kid corrects me, but none of the adults. That's great. I'm gonna leave that right there, Rory. If at any point in the show I happen to catch on fire, start running around yelling your name, I want you to jump up, grab the extinguisher, wait 10 seconds for dramatic effect, and TikTok videos, then put me out, okay? Alright, I've done thousands of shows and I've never had to use it, but you never know. You never know. This is live action theater. Things could go horribly, horribly wrong. Thank you for sitting in the front row, by the way. Speaking of things going horribly wrong, you're providing a public service. In case something goes horribly wrong, you're creating a human barrier for the people behind you. I know, right? Oh yeah, we should get going. Are you people ready to see a mostly non-juggling fire juggling show? Excellent. Before we get started, a couple of questions. A round of applause if you have seen my show before. A lot of repeat offenders. A round of applause if you have not seen my show before. Now I know who I have to impress. A round of applause if you're here to see my show right now. I knew it. Well, for those who haven't been to the show before, we'll start it by explaining a few things. First off, my name is Koi, like the fish, only spelled differently, C-O-Y. It's my actual name. Remember, say hi, Koi?
Hi, Koi.
And I use the stage name Crazy Boy Koi because it's descriptive. I'm a little bit crazy, a little not right in the head. I do dangerous and stupid things for a living. That's right, people. This is my job. Ta-da! Thank you for that round of indifference. The second thing I'd like to explain before we get started is this is live action theater. I am a live action performer. I'm actually here right now. I know. Check it out, kid, in 3D. I'm a live action performer, and you, good people of the St. Louis Renaissance Festival, are a live action audience! Nice. Now, as a live action performer, I have 2 jobs to perform. My first job is to do interesting and amusing things so that you watch me. That's the easy parts. My second job, more difficult and more important, my job is to help you have a good time. That's my job. Your job as a live action audience is very simple. Your job is to have a good time. That's your job. If you feel like you can have a good time, yell huzzah! Huzzah! If you do not feel like you can have a good time, leave. Good. We're all here to have a good time. Your second job as a live action audience is to applaud and make noise anytime you see something that you like. Thank you. That was pretty good, but I feel we can do better. I feel we're gonna start that show off with some enthusiasm, so we're gonna try that again, only this time with the addition of the bell of excitement, yeah? The bell of excitement has a superpower. It can make you scream, whistle, applaud, and cheer for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Observe. one final yell. I'm gonna ring the bell, and then you guys are gonna make a bunch of noise, and we will get this party started. Come watch a 39-year-old college dropout do stupid things for your amusement! That's a true story, by the way. Now we're gonna start the show off with the warm-up trick. Warm-up trick. This to make sure my hands and your hands are nicely warmed up. Warm-up trick standing on my hands. Warm-up trick standing on my hands. I know, that was dumb. I did it for a reason though, and I call it the warm-up trick for a reason. I tricked you. I lied to you. That's the only trick I'm gonna do in the show. I don't do tricks, people. Magicians do tricks. Everything they do is an illusion. It's all fake. Everything on this stage, 100% real. I'm a real person. I'll be playing with real fire. I'll be doing stunts, not tricks. So we're gonna start the show off with a warm-up stunt. We're gonna start off relatively simple and safe and get progressively more difficult and or dangerous as the stunts go on. In order to do this first stunt, the simplest circus stunt you can learn, kids, a quick disclaimer, do not go home and try anything you're about to see with the exception of this next thing. Take an object that's linear, that means in a line. Place it in the middle of your hand, stare at the top of the object. If you do that, you can balance it. I can tell by your response you're not really impressed. But don't worry, it gets better. I'm gonna confuse some of you. You've been to this show. For those who haven't been to this show, as a live action audience, you have a line. Anytime I use the phrase, it gets better, your response is to yell huzzah. Huh? Let's try it, shall we? It gets better! Because by better, I mean more difficult or more dangerous, and I know you people like that sort of thing. Yeah? In order to do this first stunt, I do need, sir, can I borrow your hat? Excellent. Hand it right over. Very trusting of you. Can I borrow your wallet? I'm kidding. Tell you what, so you can hold on to my hat. That's called collateral. There's a lighter in there. Feel free to let your kid play with it. I'm gonna balance this gentleman's hat, much more difficult than the torch as it is non-linear. It's also quite floppy, but that happens as we get older, sir. It's fine. That lady knows what I'm talking about. I'm gonna balance this gentleman's hat, much more difficult than the torch. I'm also not gonna balance it on my hand. That's too easy. I will attempt to balance the hat on top of my head. Now, this comes with a built-in applause point. It's very obvious. You'll know it when you see it. Is the lighter still in there, sir? Good, I don't trust you. A quick question though, sir. Do you have lice? You do? Cool, you won't mind mine then. You won't mind. Now that was me impressing you with that gentleman's hat. Continuing on with the theme of hats, I'm gonna attempt to impress you with my own hat. This is not a magic hat, but it is made specifically for manipulation. There's no bunny inside of the hat. Is there no bunny? Yeah. No, this is a juggling hat or manipulation hat. The simplest thing you can do with a hat is throw it from your hand onto your head, like so. I know it doesn't look like much, but you can't do it. It gets better. More difficult, the non-dominant hand, the exact same stunt but using my non-dominant hand. As a juggler, you learn to use both hands. The same stunt with using only the left hand. Pretty good, pretty good. It gets better. The exact same stunt with a small but significant difference. A quick impression. Sweep the leg. I'm gonna kick the hat from the foot onto the head. That would be pretty. Would you be impressed by that, ma'am? Actually, you would. You would be. See, but I'm not like normal people. You can tell. Is it the tights? It's the tights. I'm gonna get there, kid. Don't rush me. He's like, do more fire stuff. I'm gonna kick the hat from the foot onto the head. But as a juggler, I have to make things more difficult for myself. You go through your job and you go through your day and you try to get through the day with as little effort as possible. I'm gonna make it more effort, more difficult, adding several layers of difficulty and complexity, and hopefully more entertaining for you people. Here we go. The foot, or the hat from the foot onto the head with several layers of difficulty and complexity. I should have done a backbend. Get your own damn show. I'm not that flexible. We gotta get the hat back onto the appropriate foot, and then from the foot onto the head. Now that was me impressing you with but a single object. This next stunt in the show involves many objects, 6 in fact. I'll be doing 3 different things all at the same time. This isn't part of the 6. This is just a mat for traction. Objects number 1 and 2, the board and the cylinder. Thank you. When combined in the appropriate manner, they transform to what I like to call a rolling board of death. Now, most jugglers, or in this case, actually equilibrists, this is called equilibristics, in case you were wondering. This is called, the equilibristics is when you balance yourself on top of something. Most equilibrists would stand on the board with both feet. I shall demonstrate. Yeah. Which in and of itself is pretty cool. It's pretty cool, but it gets better. Want to make this stunt significantly more difficult and dangerous by adding several objects. I'm also going to turn the board to the right, 90 degrees. I'm going to stand on the board on one foot, sir. On my left, not yours. That's this one over here, sir. Left, no child left behind. Very good. To prove that I'm not using my right foot at all, I will spin this tiny hula hoop around my right foot. Yeah? And it gets better. I will juggle 3 objects while doing all of that. Oh, where's my juggling club? Nah, we'll just use torches. Screw it. 3 objects. 2 juggling torches and the very, very dangerous juggling knife. This is a real juggling knife, kids. Check this out. Nailed it. Don't touch it. It's loaded. Life lessons. But it's not a fake knife. Not a fake knife. Now, there's a life lesson in this stunt, actually. This stunt took me years of practice. But if you are consistent and persistent with your goals, you can learn to do just about anything, kids. Yeah? Even if those goals are stupid. Now that explains the how of the stunt. The more important question that you're thinking to yourself, why? I'll tell you why, people. It beats the heck out of roofing. You know what I'm talking about. Or drywall. You guys ever put drywall up on a ceiling by yourself? I have. Without a ladder. I know. It was a very short ceiling, sir. Don't judge me. It's a basement. True story. Now this stunt took me years to learn. It also requires my full concentration. So I ask that you hold your applause until I start to juggle. When I start to juggle, that will be your cue to applaud. Please applaud loudly and quickly. It will not last very long. That's what she said, thank you. Actually, let's see if we can do this. 1 foot, spin the ring, and juggle all 3 objects at the same time. All right. Wait for it.
Like one of those TikToks.
It's a TikTok, yes, thank you. Make me famous. Go. Nailed it. Nobody's gonna try to stop me. Well, at least you could do is give me some encouragement. Eat it, 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 eat it. Tastes like chicken. Bird chicken. I have one final stunt to show you the grand finale, the most dangerous thing you'll see all day, even if you go see the joust. In order to do this final stunt, which is my impression of a fire-breathing dragon, Why is there a piece of glass on the stage? Oh, right, the other guys. I do need the help of a lady from the audience, somebody over the age of 18. Anybody care to come up and volunteer? You cannot volunteer your friend. Somebody who actually wants to come up. Excellent, in the back with the blonde hair. Come on up here, let's give her a round of applause. What's your name, young lady? Ruth? Nice. Everybody say hi, Ruth.
Hi, Ruth.
I brought Ruth up here for a very specific reason. I need to borrow your hand.
Oh, God, I'm glad that hands went down.
See, I'm gonna breathe fire, right? Like a miniature fire-breathing dragon. But I'm gonna make it more difficult and dangerous because that's my job. Yeah. That's right. It gets better. Do this I'm gonna do that stunt not standing on the ground, but instead standing on top of this ladder. Yeah. That's where you come in. I'm gonna need my hands to get to the top of the ladder, yeah? So I'm gonna hand you a couple of things. I'm gonna shimmy to the top of the ladder. You're gonna hand them back to me, cool? Cool, pretty simple job. Before we do anything dangerous though, I have a bit of safety equipment for you. Friends of the fair, I present to you my OSHA-approved safety circle. Nothing but the highest quality materials here at the Renaissance Festival. Safety third, that's right. Ruth, I'm gonna put this right here. If you would enter the circle, as long as you stay within the circle, you will be in no danger of catching on fire. Yes, stay within the circle until I tell you to, okay? All right. I have two objects to give you. The first object, the bottle, filled with highly flammable, slightly carcinogenic fuel. This is lamp oil, in case you're wondering. Everybody say, ooh. Ooh. This is what I'll be putting in my mouth and breathing out, technically aspirating in into tiny droplets, creating a giant fireball. Object number one. Object number two, the torch, which I will be breathing fire off of. I'm also gonna soak this in highly carcinogenic, highly flammable fuel. And I would light it on fire and hand it to you, Ruth, but I don't trust you. So we're gonna hold on to that unlit, yes? And all you have to do is stand there and hold those things for now, all right? It's gonna drip a little bit, just try not to, yeah. Actually, hold on. Let me take this for a second. We'll get the excess off. Yeah, now that way if I catch on fire, so will you. We're in this together now, we're in this together. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before I balance on the ladder, I have to make sure the ladder itself is balanced. The way we do that is with a quick balance check. Ah! Almost dropped it. It gets better. Watch the hands. It gets better. A world-class stunt, ladies and gentlemen. As far as I know, I'm the only person in the world that can do this next stunt. It starts out exactly the same as the last one, gets progressively more difficult, requires every single muscle in the human body and my full, undivided concentration. So I ask that you hold your applause until the appropriate time. There is a built-in applause point to this next stunt. It's very obvious. You'll know it when you see it. Ow. That wasn't it. There we go. World-class stunts right here in front of your very eyes at the St. Louis Renaissance Festival. Show abs of steel. Yeah. Well, check this out. My high school senior photo. And finally, why they call me Deep Squats Espinosa. My life, people. Now that the ladder is nicely balanced, we can balance upon the ladder. Now my job as a professional juggler is very seasonal. I spend the warm months traveling around. Earlier this year, I was in Florida, California, Oregon, Iowa, Oklahoma, North Dakota. I travel all over the country, entertaining folks just like yourselves. In the winter, when I'm less busy, I learn new stunts. I spend an entire winter of my life, 3 whole months, every single day, learning how to walk on the ladder, just like this. And nobody cares. It's too late now, too late now. We'll try that again, only this time with some enthusiasm. It gets better. If you'd like to see me go higher, say higher. Whoa. If you'd like to see me go higher, say higher. If you'd like to see me go higher, say higher.
Higher.
Both feet at the same time, yeah? And simultaneously. I know, shut up. It's a joke. Both feet at the same time. If you'd like to see me go higher, piss off. I'm not that good. Before I continue, a quick note. Parents, I hope you're taking notes. This is a direct result of not getting enough attention as a child. Look at me, Mommy, look at me. Also, I would like to officially... Oh. Shut up. You may have thought I messed up. I did. Well, while I'm down here, I'll officially introduce my ladder. Ladies and gentlemen, I named my ladder Corporate. All right, let's see. I haven't done this in a while. I'm going to try to see if I can get all the way to the top rung in one motion. I was just as surprised as you were that worked. What happens now? My left leg. Shut up. I can't go any higher. What happens now? My left leg, my left, not yours. That's this side. Over here, it goes over the top rung. And I attempt to balance on the ladder without the use of my feet. Wait, I mean my hands. Also not that good. That'd be impressive though. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. The left leg over the top rung. If I could, please get a drum roll going. Drum roll going. If you're leaving, sir, feel free to use the tip bucket on your way out. Left leg over the top rung. Yep. Oh, God. Shut up, you can't do it. Left leg over the top rung. It gets better. Watch the hands. Jazz hands. Ruth, I remembered. Yay. You stay in the safety circle. I'll come to you. Yes. I'll take the torch. Thank you, Ruth. And I'll take the bottle. And don't leave. Don't leave. When I'm done, I'm going to hand you the bottle back. You put it down on the stage in between your feet, and then I will throw the flaming torch back at you. Okay, you can trust me. I'm a juggler. Ladies and gentlemen, while I have your attention, I would like to say a few things. First off, thank you for coming and watching my show. Believe it or not, this is my life's work. I do not have a regular job. This is my 15th season as a full-time professional entertainer. And if you people didn't sit down and watch my show, I'd have to get a real job. Nobody wants that. They are totally overrated. So, in order to keep me on stage where I belong, I depend in large part upon your generous donations. At the end of the show, I'll be doing the traditional passing of the hat. If you have any money, I'd like some. The $5 in the hat means I did a good job and you had a good time. Round of applause. Who's had a good time? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. $10 in the hat means I did a great job. You had a great time. $20, excellent tip, excellent job, excellent time. A $100 bill would go a long way towards getting me drunk. I'm an alcoholic with a juggling problem. Don't laugh, it's true. I do have one final thing to say in all seriousness. I hope you enjoyed your time here with me today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day here at the festival. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your days here on planet Earth. You only have so many. And when they're gone, they're gone. So I encourage you to live every day to the fullest. Chase your dreams. Be kind to yourself. And most importantly, be kind to each other. Huzzah. And now without further ado, who amongst you by round of applause and general noise making would like to see me possibly kill myself? You bastards. I do have one, say $5 really? That's hilarious.
No!
I have one final thing to ask of you. If everybody watching could hold both hands in the air, both hands. If you're filming, keep filming. If you have a drink in your hands, you might want to put it down. If you have a child in your arms, drop it. I don't care, it's not mine. Come on, everybody, even those of you standing in the back. If everybody does it, nobody looks stupid. Yeah. When I clap my hands together, clap your hands together one time. Okay, white people, let's try that again. One time. Much better. Now keep it going. Show. Stay within the circle, young lady. But as I said, if you would take the bottle, just grab it. But stay in the circle. But just take. Come on, grab it. Just there you go. Perfect. Put it down. Yes. And one last thing. Catch me. Stay right there. I do have a party gift for you, and I do have a couple of things to say. I will be at the front of the stage accepting your generous donations. But first, a parting gift for you. I sell my own merchandise, Ruth. Did you know that? Yeah, I'll be back at the table back there selling my own merchandise after I do the hat pass. So you can have one of two things. I sell hats, t-shirts, bags, stickers, etc. I also sell my Crazy Boy Koi parent annoyers.
I want that.
Or Crazy Boy Koi size juice glasses. Which would you prefer?
Juice glass!
Take the juice glass. Good choice, good choice. And with my permission, you may now exit the circle, stand at the front of the stage, face the audience, and take a bow! Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I'll be at the front accepting your donations. If you don't want to come to me, I do have a tip bucket back there on that tree, one on that tree. If you don't have any cash, I do have a digital tip sign right here at the front of the stage. If you need change for a larger bill, I will have it. I'll be back at the merch booth after this. And most importantly, if anybody would like a hug, free hugs at the end of the show. Free hugs. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Crazy Boy Koi. Give it up for me one more time. You know you want to. Do what? Reverse hug. What's a reverse hug? Oh, okay.